Hannah Ogden Caldwell, murdered or collateral damage? The British would point to the fact that she was just an innocent victim of the war. Propaganda purposes, the colonists would look to the fact that she was sought out and murdered by the British because of her husband, who was a fiery rebel pastor, as many people called him. That's up to you to decide. If CSI was around back then, this would make for a great episode. The Caldwell family moved from Elizabethtown, New Jersey to Connecticut Farms, New Jersey, as the Hessian troops from New York were approaching that area. They did so out of safety, hopefully, and hoping to outrun the British troops. But in the meantime, as they got settled, Mr. Caldwell decided to take up arms with Colonel Dayton's regiment. Before he left, he begged his wife Hannah to go with him, but she assured him as the British came and they had any interaction that they would treat her like a lady. To ensure the safety of some of their children, they decided to send 3 of them to live with family friends. The 3 youngest decide to stay with their mother. As the story goes, as British troops were coming down the road towards their home, one veered off the road, went up to the window where Hannah was nursing her small child, and shot into the window, killing her immediately with 2 bullets to the chest. The stories, the eyewitness accounts are very vague because the children were so small, and also the maid was not in that room. So from the colonial point of view, she was murdered. The soldier deliberately went up knowing who she was because of her husband and killed her. Now from the British point of view, she is just collateral damage, an unfortunate victim of warfare. And so what this became is a propaganda movement, especially by the colonists. The stories, were written in newspapers, on pamphlets. The British tried to, counter that with their own stories, and that it was the colonists' fault for these types of things happening. There are very few actual accounts that give you a clear story as to what really occurred. But it's interesting, there is one colonist who was a very prominent figure in Connecticut Farms, specifically that entire county of New Jersey, Ebenezer Foster, who actually states that he went to the home to view what had happened and noticed that there was no window. So you can see where the loyalist or the Tory attitude and influence came into play on the British side as well.